Hello, good evening, and on today's episode, I would like to talk about this disability, discrimination, and the type of discriminations I have faced throughout my lifetime. And I'm sure there's loads of discriminations that some listeners will have faced, but I mainly wanna focus on in disability discrimination. So for people that don't know, I do have a disability called cerebral palsy. To give you a bit of a background, I was born 32 weeks prematurely. So no, sorry, let me start again. Yeah, sorry, I was born, 32 weeks prematurely. So I was born, I was born 8 weeks before, I was born 8 weeks early, basically. So yeah, so because I was born 8 weeks early, um, when I was born, I had to be put into an incubator because I couldn't breathe on my own. I was, hooked up to all these tubes, and the first 24 hours of my life was touch and go. At one point, they wanted to turn off the ventilator, but by the grace of God and through modern science and through all the doctors' hard work, I pulled it through. I pulled through. Yeah, so the first year of my life was touch and go. I was in and out of hospital so many times, it was unthinkable. Yeah, so I was told by the doctors that I wouldn't walk, and I took my first steps at the age of 5. Prior to that, I was pushed in a pushchair. I had regular physio up until, God knows when, I think even up until secondary school. Yeah, so I was told um, I would never walk, I would never achieve to anything. And 34 years later, I'm here. I'm living independently. I've got a partner who I love. Um, yeah. So back to the discrimination part. I do feel that a lot of people, especially when it comes to disability and maybe a lack of awareness, they just see you and they don't think that you can amount to anything. Um, like I said, I've been living on my own independently for nearly 20 years. The best decision I've ever made. Um, I went to uni. I got a degree. I worked for my local council. And yeah, life is great. But I just want to, the reason why I'm sharing this podcast is because, again, there's a lot of discrimination, not just towards, disability people, but to people in general. And I think those people that are saying stuff they really need to think about the impact that that the words that you're saying. You need to think about what you're saying because, like, if I wasn't a strong person, and if I didn't have the courage that I've got to come and do these podcasts and just to speak about my truth, I would have been gone like long time ago. I remember on two separate occasions. One was when I was, when I had, it must have been a year or so into me living on my own. And I went into the corner shop and me and the guy behind the counter got talking and he was like, and his words were, oh, so people like you can like work and people like you can, you know, live on your own. And and it's not like this was like in the early 90s or whatever. This was like in the 21st century. So when I said to him, yeah, I work, I've gone to uni, I'm working for social services, he was shocked. Um, but yeah, I want to encourage people that, like I said previously, you need to think about what you said because just because someone may have a disability or a condition or whatever their circumstances may be, it doesn't make them any less of a person than you are. And I believe that we all have strengths and weaknesses. Now, I may not be able to run as fast as you can, but I'm pretty smart when it comes to other stuff. I remember numbers like that. I remember faces. I remember birthdays. I remember random dates that people can't even think of. And yeah, don't discredit anybody. I don't know if people think that they discredit people because it makes them feel better about themselves, but it really doesn't. Like it really makes you look like a, sorry for my language, but it really makes you look like a shitty person. You don't know what someone else has gone through. Like if I tell you the struggles I've been through in my life, people be like, oh my God, you've been through all that struggle, but you're still here. Yes, I'm still here because I'm a strong person. But you putting me down and saying nonsense that you know nothing about is not, if I wasn't as strong as I am, and if my parents didn't raise me the way they raised me, then I wouldn't be here. So back to the disability discrimination, like, yes, I may be disabled, the next person may be disabled. You need to learn, or some people need to learn, that, we have strengths that you may not have. And just because, like, I've got a tattoo on my leg that says my ability is stronger than my disability. And I 110% agree with that. People have come up to me and, in the past and even I was saying, oh my God, you're such an inspiration. Like, half of the things I've been through, how to manage it. And I manage it because I'm, despite my disability, nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing is gonna, you know, um, stop me from getting my goals or my dreams. Yes, it may take me a bit longer than you, but regardless, I'm gonna do it. So, yeah, just finally closing. People need to think before they act because, your life could go like that in a blink. You could be walking across the road 1 minute and next, bam, you're hit by a car and you're in a wheelchair or you're in a predicament that you never thought you'll be in. So just learn to think. And again, a lot of people don't know this, but I've got a mild learning disability. And again, people think because I've got a mild learning disability that I don't know anything about anything. So, be kind to people because you never know when your situation is gonna change. And, you'll be looking back at it thinking, oh, like if only I wasn't a shitty person back then. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Until the next time, bye, God bless, and keep on loving one another.